Ladies and gentlemen, Fireboy DML is here. Very excited for you to join me at Proud 106, LA's #1 for hip hop, man.
Thank you for having me here.
Yes, I was just complimenting you on your fit. Is like fashion a thing of yours? Like,
You know,
it's a vibe.
we always gotta keep it 100. Yeah.
Yeah. So how has everything been going? I mean, I feel like this wave of like your music and your song has just been going crazy. We've been playing it so much here at Proud 106. Like, how does that feel, your song and your record being played, especially specifically Los Angeles?
Yeah, it feels good, to know that such an amazing big city is showing love to my music. But like I always say, it's more important for Afrobeats. That's why we're here, trying to push the culture and the sound further. I'm just excited, man. I'm having the time of my life. I have one of the biggest songs on radio in the US. I'm on tour. Life is good.
Life is real good. I see you got the glasses on.
Straight up, superstar way.
For real. Well, take me back, Fireboy DML to like just the very beginning, where it started as far as like, when you knew that this is what you wanted to do for a living as a kid. Like I knew a little bit I was doing some research and I saw that as a child, you were kind of like doing it as a hobby and then
yeah, I wasn't even doing it. I just knew that I could sing. It was just something I just knew I could do, and it was just there. My life was pretty, let's just say boring, unpredictable. Like I was just a straight A student, go to school, come back home, write poems. I didn't have much friends. I was a lonely kid growing up. But I was in uni, my second year in uni, and I made my first song. I think that was 16, 17-ish in 2012. And that was when I had clarity, like, yo, this is it.
Yeah.
I found purpose and I knew that, this is what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And since then, I became blind to everything else. It became blind devotion.
And at what point did you feel like this is it? Like, did someone compliment you? Was it your parents? Was it your friends, teachers?
No, it was just me. It was just that realization. After, when I got back to my dorm room that night, after my time in the studio, I listened to the song. It wasn't that great of a song, but at the time, it was a masterpiece.
Yeah.
I listened to the song, I was like, yo, it felt good to, out of all the things I had created when I was a kid, that was the first thing that was my first creation that held so much meaning to me.
Wow.
And I felt so alive, and that's how I knew that, I would love to create more of this.
Yeah. Were you an only child growing up? Are you an only child?
No, but I'm the eldest child. I'm the firstborn. I have two brothers.
Okay.
Yeah, but I always loved to be alone as a kid.
Yeah, I was the same way. So I'm the oldest as well, and I feel like you have a lot of time by yourself, and you kind of experiment and learn a lot about yourself. Like exactly. I learned I could do art and things like that, and I was singing as well.
Yeah, that's basically how it was for me. I realized I could write, I could sing, stuff like that. Yeah, but I focused more on my writing, creative writing. I wrote poetry. Once in a while, I tried my hands at fiction and stuff like that. But, music is where it's at for me.
Yeah. Who are some artists that you grew up listening to?
My parents introduced me to a wide range of artists like Celine Dion, Elton John. But personally, I started getting into people like Passenger, Afrobeats legend like Wande Cole. That's my mentor. Music-wise, I really look up to him. A lot of people, I won't lie, like I listen to a lot of music. For me, it was the sonic thing. Once it's melodious to my ears, I pick it up. But I also realized that I loved a lot of old country music, 70s, 80s. That was what the radios were always playing. I was always awake 2-3 a.m. Yeah, and radios back then used to play country music. Love songs and all those stuff at 2-3 a.m. when they thought people were asleep, but I was awake.
Do you feel like you would tap into that genre, country?
It influences my music.
Oh, okay.
Songwriting wise, I make Afrobeats, but when you listen, you know that there's some kind of intentionality to be to this song, and that's the spice that I bring into my own Afrobeats.
And talk to me too, just like. I think too, I saw you battle like depression when you were younger. You were by yourself a lot. Like, what did you do in regards to like your mental health? Because I'm such a huge like mental health advocate, and I think it's very important to just tap into just like getting through those issues and things like that. And I feel like it's important to have an open conversation. So do you feel like music really helped you like get through those times?
I wasn't depressed as a kid. The depression came much later.
Okay.
I just struggled with self-esteem, and for some weird reason, I just wanted to be alone. I felt more comfortable in my own space, and that's how I discovered my gifts. The depression set in when I was in school, when I had, realized that music was what I wanted to do, but school was stifling that dream. I felt like I had to focus on school because of pressure from my parents and everybody else and stuff, and so it was difficult to cope. It's very difficult when you have clarity and direction on what you want to do with your life, but there's some other things. It's just like blocking that thing, and it really messed with me. And that's when I got depressed. But music saved me because I realized that I had to really pursue my dream. So I walked some balls and I told my dad, I was like, yo, this is what I want to do. And surprisingly, he was like, okay, fine. I'm not really happy with this, but go ahead. You're a grown-ass man, so.
I feel like too with I'm half Puerto Rican, so in my culture as well, like my family was very big on school, and I feel like Nigerian is like the same way. African is the same way. In regards to that, like they always implement like school, and I'm like, but I want to be a free bird. I don't want to be here, and I want to be educated.
Yeah, but I think later on they saw that my dreams were valid when they realized I knew what I was doing. Then they came around. And they're the most supportive parents I know.
Yes,
it's beautiful.
And now you're working with so many dope artists. I mean, Ed Sheeran, Blxst, 21 Savage. Talk to me just about that relationship, and I'm sure you've learned so much from Ed Sheeran.
Oh yes, I have. I learned from Ed Sheeran that there's a certain amount of success that you attain, and it just calms you down, as opposed to like increasing your ego. You become so successful, you get a new perspective towards life and people, and I saw that he exudes that calmness, that what's left to prove, that kind of thing. And he's such a down to earth person. When I was before I met him, I was scared. I was like, oh, it's gonna be awkward.
Why did you think that?
Because I'm a fanboy. He actually made me fall in love with the acoustic guitar.
Wow.
Yeah, I listened to he inspired a couple of my songs, and having him on my songs such a huge stuff. Having him in my DMs was a crazy surreal experience. So I was scared, that meeting him was gonna be awkward, but it wasn't. He's real, he's natural. It was organic. It was amazing. And I've learned that collaboration doesn't always have to be forced. It has to be genuine and organic, and that's how you get the best out of songs.
What was that first conversation like? Like, what did you guys talk about?
I think I was speechless at some point. I just let him do the talking for the first 5-10 minutes. And then when I got comfortable, I started talking, telling him how much of a fan, how much it meant, having him on my song, how much it meant to Afrobeats, as a culture. And he also told me how terrible he felt about me having to take out my second verse for his own verse, because the second verse was actually his favorite part of the song.
Wow.
It was amazing. It was cool.
You're Ed, though, so, it's okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
And what about the collaboration with Blxst? He's definitely a friend here of the station. So, like, how did you guys...
Oh, yeah, Blxst is someone I really respect. I respect his sound. I heard this single, Chosen.
Yes.
That was the first song I heard. It blew my mind. But then I got into discography. I realized, wow, it brings a new wave to what we think hip hop is. And it's refreshing to see. 21 Savage is an hip hop legend. It's just a blessing to have both of my song. That remix was basically, the Ed Sheeran remix already did the business. The second remix was just to like maximize the potential of the song. And that's what we're about.
How did you guys meet, Blxst and 21? Was it through the DM too, or?
I haven't met them actually.
Oh, you haven't? Not even like FaceTime?
Yeah, because I wasn't in the US at the time. I was already back in Lagos, Nigeria for some business, so I couldn't like link up. But yeah, I'm here now, so that's definitely gonna happen.
No, you're here in LA. He's here. You guys gotta link.
Yeah, definitely we're gonna link. It should come to the show tonight. It's definitely come to the show tonight.
Yes. How long have you been in LA so far? This is your first time?
No, this is my second time. Yeah.
Okay.
But I just got into LA. I just flew in today.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Have you had any food out here? Like any...
I'm very conventional with food. I love my Nigerian food.
Okay.
But I've tried Jamaican. I like Jamaican. I like oxtail.
Okay.
I like Thai, apart from the seafood.
Yes.
But yeah, that's it.
Me too. I'm pescatarian, so I love a good seafood.
Nice.
Yeah. Now, you have this huge single out, Peru. Have you actually been to Peru before?
No, but I'd love to visit. The government has actually reached out, to see if you can pull off a couple of festivals. Having a discussion with my team. It's going to be amazing. And that's what music is all about, bringing cultures together. And it's beautiful to see. But I'd love to visit sometime.
You haven't had like Peruvian food or anything?
No, but I've seen Peruvian women.
Oh.
And they're beautiful.
Beautiful. Very much so. Yes. So you plan on going there soon? Clearly.
Yeah.
So what inspired this song, Peru?
Actually, it's not my most profound song. I barely wrote it.
Okay.
I was just living my best life, and I heard the beat and I was like, yo, let me float on this. It was a drunken decision. I was like, God, I'm like, yo, get me in the booth. And, I was just speaking my truth about how I found myself in this place. That was my first time in the United States. I was in San Francisco. We just came from Miami. We had a ball. We had a swell time. Myself, Olamide, Gazi, the CEO of Empire, took us to Miami on this trip, on 2-day trip, and we had fun. We flew back to San Francisco to meet with the rest of the Empire team. So I was supposed to just link up with the team in the studio, not record.
Right.
So we just got there, met with Shizzy. I was like, yo, play me some beats, and that was it.
Yeah.
I just started speaking my truth. Oh, Wani Wami. Wani Wami is Yoruba. It means they said they've been looking for me.
Oh.
I'm in San Francisco jamming.
Oh.
So it's just like, because I had dropped my second album, Apollo, and after that album, I hadn't dropped anything else. And in my mind, I'm like, what next?
Right.
I was confused. I didn't know what to do. I had, songs, but I wasn't sure if I was ready to release any new music. But after that recording session and after that song, it wasn't hard to decide.
Yeah.
And it basically changed my life.
Did you know that it was going to be as big as it is? Because we play that as a club out here in LA. And it doesn't matter, either high schools, clubs, like everybody goes so crazy. Like you're really just like a global sensation.
Yes, sir. I didn't see it coming. In fact, I did not want to release the song at the time.
You didn't.
I wanted my team to give me a couple of weeks.
Was it Gazi who was pushing it?
Gazi and Olamide, they were like, yo, don't worry, let's just do it. In fact, we're going to leak it for you.
Wow.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But I didn't take them serious. But they did. They leaked the song, and I woke up to the song on YouTube. I'm like, yo, it's out already. Oh, nice. Oh, that's cool. So I knew I made a great song, catchy hook. I knew that, okay, for my African people, this is a hit.
Right.
I know, but I didn't see it becoming a global smash.
Now, how do you want like your fans to feel? Like, how did you want them to feel when you played this song for them?
I actually just wanted the song to be out as a teaser. Something for the fans to just have while I worked on the album.
Okay.
But as time went on, I realized, oh, okay, I have a smash on my hands, and it's beautiful because I've been feeding my fans with not too much, but a lot of introspective music.
Yeah.
The past year, and it was refreshing to just give them something of a feel good vibe. Enough of the depth and all that deep stuff. Like just dance and sing along and feel good. And I'm grateful for that kind of song. That's the kind of song that you just listen to, and you don't really need to know the lyrics.
Yeah.
You just need to just vibe,
dance
to it.
And have fun.
Just dance and have fun.
I feel like with Afrobeats, I love, like, if I ever want to be in like a good mood, I just throw on some Afrobeats.
Yeah, that's what Afrobeats is like. That's what it's all about, actually. The percussion, the rhythm, just to feel good. But my music is kind of deeper than that. I like to put some kind of lyricism and all that. So that was the first time. No, that was not the first time. It was a rare occasion where I was just vibing.
Yeah.
And it's refreshing for me. And it kind of like ushered me into a brand new Ed space.
Ooh, okay.
That I needed to make my third album.
That specific song?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And the album is complete. It should drop before summer. I'm dropping my next single next month or early April, depending on the vibe.
Is it just with you, or do you have other artists on there?
Of course, I've got artists on the album. But the next single, that's just me. It's another solo single. It's titled Playboy.
Yeah.
The title of the album is Playboy too.
Oh.
Because I'm just I'm just here to play. I'm just here to have fun.
Yeah.
I'm done overthinking. I'm done doing all this overanalyzing stuff. I just want to like open up myself to new people and new experiences.
Yeah. Do you see yourself like overthinking sometimes? Because I know I do.
Oh, I'm an overthinker.
Yeah. What's your sign?
I almost did not. I'm an Aquarius.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, you believe in star signs?
Yeah, I do. You don't?
I'm just getting into it.
Yes, but I get along very well with Aquarius. My mom's an Aquarius, and she's an amazing person.
I've heard terrible things about Aquarius, man.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. What do you hear?
You don't want to know.
I feel like you guys are very like outgoing, but yes, I could see the overthinking.
I'm not outgoing.
You're not?
I'm not.
What would you say? You're more like sheltered?
Yes, very.
And how does that feel with you now having such a huge hit and you being so like in your own little box? Like now you can't really.
Yeah, I mean, I go out when I have to. But
okay.
most of the time, I'm usually in my own space because two things. I like to preserve and protect my energy.
That's important.
That's one. Two, it keeps me grounded.
Yeah. What do you do like to protect your energy?
I stay in my house. I don't go out. You won't find me. You won't find me outside unless it's I have to be.
Okay.
You'll never see me in a club unless I'm paid to. I don't like going out to restaurants. I don't like going out at all.
Yeah.
I don't like to go out to see my friends.
Wow.
Yeah, it's that bad.
What? Do you feel like you get social anxiety?
Sometimes, actually, yeah.
Okay.
The only time I feel comfortable in a crowd is when I'm like
performing.
on stage performing, and I'm like, yeah,
Wow.
the center of attraction is me. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's because I'm on stage performing my music. I don't like when I'm somewhere random and I'm the, like everyone's like, yeah.
You know, it's
It
so
gets weird
crazy you say that
sometimes.
because you're so outgoing and so bubbly. Like,
Yeah, because I mean, I'm in my element, right? I'm talking about my music, so
Yeah.
like I'm not even thinking about it, so it's
Oh.
different.
okay.
You know?
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And how was it? I mean, you say you don't like going out, but you went out with Ghazi in Miami. So what did you guys
Gazi
do?
had to convince me
Wow.
and Olamide. He had to really, literally like begged us, like, yo, let's go to Miami. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in a new environment. Why not?
Uh-huh.
And it turned out to be one of the best decisions of my life. So
Yeah.
after Miami, we went to San Francisco. I went skydiving.
What?
It was amazing. It was
Oh
the
my
scariest,
gosh.
most beautiful thing that ever happened to me.
What was that experience like? I've always wanted to do it, but every
You
single time I'm
should.
about to, like, I chicken out. I'm like,
You
"Ah."
should. Just close your eyes and do it.
Yeah.
First few seconds, regret,
I
fear,
can only imagine.
and then
yeah.
the rest is just
Yeah.
bliss.
Okay.
You start to feel powerful. It's an amazing experience.
Yes. Well, before we head out of here, is there anything that we didn't touch on that you want to share with your audience?
I'm just grateful for Afrobeats and what it's doing right now for the
Yeah.
global community, and I'm glad that people can see that it's not just a wave;
Mm-hmm.
it's an emergence.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it.
It's a beautiful thing. Well, I'm excited for
and
you.
I'm glad to be part of it.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you. You always have a home here at Proud 106, LA's #1 for hip hop.
Always.
Ladies and gentlemen, Fireboy DML.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you so much.